Hey guys, welcome back. Today's gonna be kind of like a live style, vlog style video. I just sat down to my desk to do some journaling and I went to Indigo and Michael's today and I kind of want to show you what I got and then we're gonna do some journal setup and I'll also just like yap about journaling. So I went to Michael's today with the intent in getting some stuff to decorate this new journal that I'm going to be using. So these two are both new. I've never used a binder system before, but I make my own like digital template journals. So I'm kind of like familiar with making my own layouts. So I made this for this journal and I made everything here. And I made this tracker, but I'm going to change it so that it's wider. And what else do we have here? I made these inserts. I'm going to explain how this is all going to work because this system is very new to me, but this is what I'm building for 2026. So I started figuring out my journal planning system that I wanted in the beginning of October, and I realized I needed something that was way more customizable. I got these papers from Michael's today. So I went and I got this like paper scrap, not scrap, cardstock paper, and there's just like a bunch of cool designs in there. So I went through and I picked out my favorite ones. These are ideally going to go in this journal, and my mind is very chaotic. That should be the name of this video. My mind is very chaotic and my brain is very chaotic, and I have so many things in my head. I feel like 2026 is like my intention for my planning routine for 2026 is to let it be chaotic. Like let my journals and planners like be what they need to be. If I need 1,000 journals, I need 1,000 journals. Like I just need to like embrace the way that my mind wants to be creative and wants to journal. And that's what I'm doing with this system here. I have so many journals that I cannot do one notebook at a time, and I know that. And instead of trying to force myself to have only a certain amount of notebooks, I need to just let it go crazy. So that is actually like my intent with this journal right here, because this one's going to be my weekly planner. So it's really about like my plans, like things I'm going to be doing, and then reviewing my progress, goals, and tasks. That's more my like, she's very feminine, but she's very masculine. Like she's very like get shit done. And then this is my like chaotic journal. Obviously, it's not created yet. I'm still in the process of creating it. I had some things in this because I got this one before I got this one. So I started using this one for like brainstorming how I would do my planning system in 2026. And then I realized I needed more space because like this can go wider than this one. And I really like that. So for this journal here, I have this insert. This I just created today with the stuff that I got from Michael's. I have a little like crochet clip here on it because I didn't want to lose it, and I get into crochet in the winter time and it's about to be winter and I'm going to be getting that stuff out. So as I was looking through my little craft bin, I found it and I was like, I don't want to lose that. So I just put it in here, and then I have another pocket journal insert, and then I did washi tape on the side here to decorate it. So yeah, I did that when I got home from Michael's because I got these tapes from Michael's today and I really want to incorporate them somehow. And then I also got these ones. So I'm thinking they can be like decorative tabs, but like the paper of the divider would be just be white, and then this would be on the tab. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. And we'll yap a little bit because I will be all over the place. I just know it. Because I also want to explain the system to you because it's also very helpful for me to talk about my system and talk through it and walk myself through it so that I understand it, because obviously I can just go on tangents and just talk and talk and talk. Okay, so I also got from Michael's today. Actually, no, I think I got this one from Indigo. A little sticker book. I like some of them, but obviously I don't really like the snake. But they have cool designs, and like I really liked the crows. I might put like these stickers might go on the front of this. I'm not sure yet, so I'm just leaving them in there to see what I want to do with it and how I want to set it up. But I think that some of these stickers will look really cool on the front of it. So I just would go through and pick one or two, like even just having like the crystal. I think that would be cute. So I might do that. And then I also got some, this is just showing you what I got from Michael's and Indigo today. I got some lace from Indigo because I want to decorate this journal. So I have another insert here, but I was thinking for this journal, I could put like some lace here. I just have my pen and I have a glue gun. So maybe I could kind of like glue it in, and in behind like this pocket here, it would kind of look like that maybe. And then maybe I could do some on the back and do maybe like a, I don't know, like a thing here. It would be cute if like this could poke out a little bit and then you could like see through it. I don't know. So that's kind of like my game plan, I guess. So this is what it's looking like so far, and my brain is still trying to like work out the system and what like each divider is going to be. Like I have an idea, but I haven't like fleshed out my ideas. I fleshed them out enough to know that like this is the cover. Okay, I'm gonna like walk you through or walk myself through because this is just as much for me. Okay, so then this is my cover, and then I'm gonna have like the 2026 calendar here, probably with like the moon calendar so I can keep track. And then like I have the moon calendar here, so to remind me that that's what's going there. Then this is going to be like my weekly trackers. So I'll set goals like every quarter and every month and every week, and I'll have like quarterly and monthly and weekly like trackers in here. Or I'll do, so for example, I have like a 100 days, like I'll make this, I usually make my stuff in Keynote, not in Canva. I love Keynote. So I'll make this in Keynote and do like 100-day challenges, 90-day challenges, or like I'm trying to do some like time tracker things as well. So I think it would be really cool to have like a check boxes for when I spent 30 minutes doing a specific thing, like or a specific hobby. I think that would be really fun. So these are all my trackers, and then this is like week 1. So the next couple tabs are all for weeks. So it'd be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So I have like this week, so I'll have a weekly setup or weekly like reflection to like pick my goals for the week, and then I'll have Sunday, and then I'll have today. This is still like a work in progress. I'm not entirely sure if these are how the templates are going to be. This is just like the first draft, the rough draft. And then because I'm not sure if I want to use these systems or not, I'm still figuring that part out, but it's got like some prompts on the back. So I would like fill this out in the morning and then fill this out in the evening. And like you can see that it's like cut off there. So I would have to reprint this and probably move it over slightly. It's just like a little bit misprinted wrong. But anyway, so then we have the days of the week, and we have that for every day of the week. And then when we get to the back, we'll have like a weekly review. I don't think I made a template for that just yet. Oh yeah, and then I want to use this because when you close it, it's like matching the cover, but it's just like right here, and I can just flip to today. So this one isn't laminated. I laminated all the other dividers, and I want to laminate this one. I'm just not sure how I want it set up yet, because I think it would be really fun to have like a morning planning routine sort of here, because I might even do my weekly. This is the weekly one I made before. It's like a weekly planning routine where it's like, this is what I do at the start of the week. This is what I do at the end of the week. So I might remake something like this, but I think that it should be like today, so like morning planning versus evening planning, and I'll laminate it and then re-hole punch it. And I think I might do like soft corners on it, like the way I did it with this one. I'll cut the corners off. But I'm not sure if this is wide enough, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use this paper for that yet. So that I'll just put that back in there. And then again, the today, and then this would be Saturday. And then I have a divider here. And then I also have a divider here that has like a star on it that's closer to the bottom so that it peeks out behind the Saturday. I'll show you it up close. It goes like that. So I made these in Keynote and then I printed them off and laminated them and cut them out and hole punched them. But yeah, so it lines up and then the star peeks out, and that just means like that's my weekly review. That's the end of the week. Just so that I can grab it easily, because I didn't want to have like a different top tab divider for that. And then these like Sunday, these days of the week dividers will just move to the next week. So this would be week 2. So ideally this is going to be like a month, but I'm only really going to be working with a week at a time, because I'm not sure if I want to do more dividers or not, like another 4 or 5 sets. I think I'd rather just move it along with each week, because I just feel like it'd be like a waste of paper if I'm not using it on this side anymore. It can just move and I can just kind of keep my pages, or I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to be doing that yet. I'll probably keep my pages and then do a monthly review. But because I don't have any sort of plan for a monthly review, I don't know if I need those pages for my monthly review. I think that I'm setting up like my weekly planning system first, and then figuring out how to do my monthly planning system and then my quarterly planning system. So we had the front tab week, I think that's week 1. Yeah, week 1, week 2. Then this would be week 3. I'll just close this. So then this would be week 3, and then it would be week 4, and then I don't know if I want to like corner these. Like I'm thinking so, because they are kind of pokey. The way that I cut them is that I rounded the corners of the tab itself before I laminated it. So I like cut it to make it round, but then the laminate itself is like cornered so that it's easier to grab and it's not pokey. But these ones are pokey, so I think I will just do even a small size, like how I did it on the cover. But I'm not sure yet, and I know that sometimes the one that I have, it just like messes it up sometimes, and I'm like scared to mess them up. It's okay. It'll be fine. Week 5. And then this is my personal journal, because in both of these, so like in both of these binder systems that I'm creating, I need to have a spot so that just in case this is the only journal on me, I'll still be able to use it. So ideally, it's this one that I take everywhere with me. If I can only take one notebook on the go, then it's going to be this one, because it's like going to go with my phone and that'll be easy for me to carry. But if it's like if I have a backpack and I can carry this with me, I'll probably carry both. Or if I know that I'm just gonna like sit in Starbucks and do some planning, then I'll just take, actually no, I would take both. I'll probably take both. But let's say I have this journal out and I'm working in this journal right now, and the other one is like in the other room, or it's beside me but it's not open, but I'm working in this one, then I'll use this as like a personal journaling section. So I made some lined pages for that. I made these in Keynote so that I could choose the sizing of the lines myself, and obviously the size of them. And then this one is the last one. It is like long-term planning goals, but I'm going to kind of call it in my head yearly, quarterly, monthly. So like there's going to be goals in here from the year, like the beginning of the year. I'm probably going to put it on a card at the back and do like my yearly goals on a laminated card. This is something different. I'll explain in a second. But I'm probably going to do like a laminated card with my yearly goals on it, just like a nice border, the same way that I'll do my 2026 calendar. And then That'll be at the very back. So it's going to go yearly, then quarterly, then monthly, because I'll look through it like that. So this is like goals for October, and then this is goals for quarter 4. These aren't filled in. So this is, I've got like a little section that says quarter 4 intentions, and then a space for October, November, December, and then a space for each of the weeks. So week 40 to week 52. So the last, is it 14, 12, 13 weeks of the year. And then I can put like one goal for each or something like that. But again, these are just like kind of like rough drafts, like placeholders for me to kind of like figure out my system. So after the, well, not after, because it's going to be in the mix of everything. These tabs, this is like, okay, so I have this thing that I do, what I call it like my life aspects or my life categories. And it really helps me plan, because it's kind of like, you know how people have those like brain dump trigger lists where it like tells you things to think about while you're doing your brain dump. That's what it gives me, because when I'm going through like my journaling or my planning routines or setting goals, when I go through like setting goals in my like basically yearly, I don't do this monthly or quarterly, basically predominantly yearly, I'm looking at like 20 categories of my life that I can improve in, and I do that yearly, and sometimes at the half the year. I did do it in the mid-year of this year, so like I guess, yeah, every 6 months. That makes sense, because that's 20 of them. But in 2026, I want to have one life aspect that I check in with every quarter. So this one is gonna represent that one. So first life aspect, and then one life aspect that I'm checking in with every month, and then one life aspect that I'm checking in with every week. So I don't know if I explained that properly. It's more of like, these are my 3 main focuses. Okay, so I'm picking 3 life categories or areas of my life that I want to improve in. This one I'm changing out every quarter. So I'm going to pick a life aspect that I'm going to focus on for the next 3 months. That's this one. And then I'm going to pick a life aspect that I'm going to focus on for the next month. That's this one. So every month, this one gets changed out. And then I'm going to pick a life aspect that I'm going to focus on just for this week and like really hone in on, so that I'm only doing 3 main focus areas at a time. I think that that's really going to help me be a little bit more like purposeful and intentional. But now that I think about it, like I was trying to narrow it down to 3, but really I might change this and do 5, because I don't really like the half part of the page. So I think I'm going to have to redo these anyway. And I'm wondering now if these tabs at the bottom are just a little bit too big, and I might half it and do 5 or 6 life aspects and do it the same way, but like 1 every quarter, 2 every month, 2 every week, whatever, however I want to do that. But this just narrows it down, because 20 life aspects to think about at once is a lot. And yeah, they all matter to me. It's like my routines, my journaling, my relationship, my passions and hobbies, my yoga routine, my meditation practice, my art and creativity. Like there's just all these aspects of my life, like fitness and eating healthy and having a good mindset about money. Like I have so many that I just want to like check in with periodically and stay focused on. And actually, that's a great transition, because that's where I'm hoping this journal is going to come in. And that's why I'm going to be making so many different dividers for this one. So I have some journal inserts here, and I have this one. I'm not sure if this one's going to go in here or in here. It might travel between depending on which one I'm using more often. Same with this one, and same with this one. So, but then we have these tapes that I want to make little dividers for. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I've changed my mind, and instead of doing these papers as tabs for this journal, I'm actually going to use these papers. So I cut them up so that they would be good for a tab. So there's 10 here. These are all the designs. And I just like this one a lot more. I think it goes better with like the vibe I'm trying to go for this one. It kind of like blends, but it also stands out. And obviously this is one that's going to be my cover page. And then I did this off camera. I had tape here already, but I went ahead and I attached some see-through pockets, and then I just hot glued some lace at the bottom of each one. I might have to go back and add more glue there. And then I sized some cards to fit just so that I know what size they'll have to be in order to fit for when I make my notes. And then I think it goes all the way, yeah. And then I want to put these in and then do my dividers. So I finished my dividers. They're not the best. They're kind of wonky, and I'll show you why. So they're all like floral, and they all have like at least a little bit on the actual page itself. So this is the front of them, and there's 10 here, and then it is a little bit wonky on the back of them. It doesn't quite line up for all of them. See how there's like a space there and a space there. And honestly, it's the back of them, so I'm just not going to let it bother me too much because I think the paper will hide it. So all of this is going to get laminated and hole punched and put into here after these. So there'll probably be like pages in here and then pages in here. And I like how they go together because it is a lot. Like it's a lot, but honestly, she's going to be like my chaotic journal, so it makes sense. But there's a lot of different patterns going on, but somehow they make sense together. So I will come back when these are done and laminated. I also wanted to show you some of the detailing I added to this journal. So I did glue in some lace, and it's so like soft, it's like a texture thing. So now whenever I kind of like turn the pages, I'll be feeling the lace, and it's like nice and calming. So I've got 2 here on the side, just under the pen there. This was very hard. I put some glue by accident in the zipper, and for a second it didn't really zip properly, but then I picked it off. It's like creating is amazing, but creating can be a little bit stressful. So then I also put some lace at the back, and I just have some parchment paper in the back of both of these journals because I'm going to turn this into like a washi tape sticker page. If I find any stickers or washi tapes that I want to use on the go, I'll put them on here so that I can use them in my journaling. But yeah, and then I have the lace, and it goes to the bottom, and again there's some glue on the side, which I think it's gonna be okay. I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. Also with this journal, I'm thinking now, so this is the cover, and then this is where my calendar is going to be. This one's going to get laminated, and then I did curve the corners for this. And then my tab 1, this I have to edit and have to reprint it and make it longer. And then the days of the week, and then it's like week 2. So I am kind of like rethinking my tabs just a little bit. I'm wondering if maybe I don't do 5 weeks, I just do 2 at a time, and then I can use the other tabs for other things. I'm just not sure. I'm still planning it out. These ones at the bottom, because these ones I said they were going to be my life aspects, I think I'm actually going to move these. So let's do that now so that I know. So I think I'm going to move these to the front where the first tab, that's like my tracker tab, is going to be like different trackers. So maybe now this is like quarterly trackers, monthly trackers, weekly trackers, or something like that. So I'm going to move it to this tab. Maybe it's like I have trackers that I want to check in with every day, and then I just have trackers that I want to check in with as needed. So like maybe once a quarter. No, it probably won't be once a quarter. I'm thinking like spending trackers and reading trackers. Like those only count if I'm reading or spending money. So those kind of trackers. I think that I want a different space for that. So maybe like this is my daily, this is my weekly, and then this is my like as needed. So no quarterly, no monthly, because I'm not checking in quarterly or monthly. I'm not sure about that yet, but it's there. And then I'm going to leave that there in that tab. I think I'm liking that more. And then I have like my daily tab at the bottom too. So I can switch to a daily. I still need to laminate this one or figure out what I'm doing with this one. Honestly, I kind of want it bigger. That's why I haven't done anything with it yet. I kind of want it bigger, and I want to know what I'm putting on here before I want to laminate it after I have some things on here. But I don't think this is enough room for me, or maybe it is. So we'll see. So that is work in progress. And then I can have, yeah, so these ones, I'm going to create smaller versions of them, but they're going to go full height because I don't like this. I decided to try it and thought that I would use them, and I do still want to use them. I really like them to separate things, so I'm going to use them for my trackers. But for my life aspects, like I said, I do want to make it like 6 and make them smaller and make them kind of go down. So I'm going to do that, and I'll put them back here. So I need to choose papers for that actually, and I don't want to duplicate paper. So let me see what I have. So I have this pad of paper that I got from Michael's, and of course I don't really want to do any duplicates. So I don't want to do patterns that I already have. I'm seeing if I didn't do all of them yet. So I have all of these. I have that one. Maybe this one. This probably has to be one of these. I don't want to repeat. Yeah, I don't think it would be nice if I could use like the corner of this one, but it wouldn't make sense. I would know that there's supposed to be something else there. I have this one, and oh, I don't have this one. And I have a white rose. I definitely want to lean into the pink. If I'm doing 5, actually, I'll do 1 beige, 1 white, and then like 3 pink. So this one counts. I'll do this one. And then I just want the other ones to be pink. So I'll do this one. Another brown. I need more pink that I haven't done yet. I just don't want that one. I don't think there's gonna be. I already did this one. Otherwise, I would do it again. I just don't know. See, this is roses, but so is this one. So I don't think I want to do that twice. Actually, I think I already did this one. Did I? Did we already do the roses? We did. Yeah, we already have the roses. I don't think I have like 5 extra patterns that I haven't done yet. Oh, this one. Do we have this one? I don't think we have this one. Oh, is that one too similar to this one? Maybe. But I don't see it in here. No, we don't have this one. Let me just take it out so that I know that this is a contender. We might not have another option. I'll use this one. There we go. So, I mean, ideally we have more pink, but I don't mind this. So I would do this one, then this one, then this one, then that one, probably this one, and then that one. So these would be the 5, but I would probably do it the other way because I really like how with this one, the first one is at the far corner here, and it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would do this first at the top, and then this one, I'd have to turn it. So 1, 2, maybe I have to turn all of them, 3, 4, and then 5. I don't like super love this like I love these ones. Obviously, I took my favorites out first and used them first. I really like this one at the back. I think that's really pretty. But obviously I took my favorite ones out first, so I'm just stuck with what else I have left. But we're gonna try and see if we can make these into bottom tabs. But again, we'll do the 5, and these ones are going to live in the back, underneath, actually underneath probably this tab or the last tab. Okay, so I've got my dividers cut and laminated. I ended up putting washi tape on the whole front cover before I laminated them. These are the ones that just had the washi tape on the front and were blank on the back. I also fixed the spot that was like an empty blank space just to make them look a little bit more even though they're not completely perfect, but that's totally okay. Also, like the first one that I did, the laminate, I had one at the top. The laminate came off, so I just tossed that one, and then there was one in between the pattern I didn't really like as much, so I just tossed that one as well. So I have 8 in total, and I don't know if these spaces are going to bother me or not, and if they do, then I'll just end up making 2 more that are sized accordingly. But this is how they turned out. I don't really like the lines, but you can't really tell. Like this one, you can't really tell. This one, you can see the lines. It's fine. I'm really not looking too closely. I just like seeing the pattern in general. I tried to like alternate, so when I went to put the tape down, I would put a line and then I would switch and do it the other way and put a line so that it wasn't so repetitive. And I like the way that it turned out. So those are those dividers, and I will just put those ones in. And then I did end up finishing and laminating the other dividers, and I really love how they turned out. They're all top tabs. So there's 10 here again, and these are the designs. And I'm just gonna put those in there. I love that I have so many tabs because this journal still is definitely a work in progress, and I'm still trying to figure out what each tab and divider is going to mean, and I'll probably be like creating it as I go and as I use it, but I'll also definitely be changing it as needed. So I like that this journal can grow with me, and that the fact that I can customize it is really just such a game changer. I kind of already have sort of like a feeling of how I want it to be, and I did have a piece of paper with stuff on it, which I just am not ready to show because it's not finalized yet. So I will put that in the front tab so that I can see it. Okay. Then I do have other pages that I printed out specifically for this journal. I have a little key at the bottom here so I can color in the dot, whether it's a thought, a plan, an idea that I want to turn into a plan, a realization, an insight, or a quote. So I will color in, and then it's like both on the same backside. I'm not exactly sure, again, how I'm going to be using these because I feel like I might want to print out one that has a couple of different ideas, not just line page, but I also need the lines for freedom. So I'm just going to put these probably in the back so that I can grab them when I need a piece of paper. The one thing I'm learning as I'm making these journals is to hole punch them at the same height. And I think that's just like eyeballing it on my hole puncher. I wanted to put like a piece of tape so that I know where to let the edge go to. Because I thought that could be a really good idea to help me make sure they're all even. Okay. And then actually I'm going to put my inserts in so that we can see it all together. So I'm definitely keeping the purple one at the back. Each of these little inserts has a purpose, but I'm still fleshing those ideas out. So that's going to stay back there. And then I can open it and see the pockets, and I can use the journal. And then I want the pink one at the front here. Perfect. So the pens I'll be carrying in this journal are a Pilot High Tech Point V7 grip. And I'm going to put that at the front. It's kind of like a gel pen. And then just a regular Artist Loft pigment liner, 0.1 at the back. And then I like to put the elastic around it at the front, just to make it stay, so that when I open the journal, it's not getting in my way and getting all crinkled. And then I do have a little charm here that I got from Michael's, and I'm just gonna put it at the top here, let it dangle. And that's my journal. She's so cute. And close it up, and then I'll put the elastic around the magnetic loop. Oh my goodness, I love her. And she's very light, like she's very thick, which I really wanted a chunky one. You can see like it's obviously mainly the inserts and then my pages, and it'll probably get a little bit chunkier, especially as I use it, because I'll definitely need more pages. My goal is to kind of like go through this maybe once every 2 weeks and pull out things that I need to like move somewhere else so that it doesn't stay so chunky. But I'm also like really excited for it to get a little bit chunky and see how she looks once she's been used. And yeah, so I'm really excited. And then for this journal, I have this insert that I'm going to use. And so I'm just going to stick it in here. And I have like a little weekly planning routine, kind of like cheat sheet. And put that in there. And then I have, this is like my fidget spinner ring, because I do this a lot. So I wear this ring so that I don't pick at my skin. And I really like it. It has moons on it, so I like to keep it in there. So those are the journals that I'm mainly going to be using in 2026. These are my everyday journals. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!